Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and tonight we are going to be talking about tabletop RPGs. We have a few things to do. We are going to be doing a giveaway tonight for Blue Rose. If you missed it, we have done 2 sessions so far. We play with the developer of Blue Rose, Joseph Carricker. My friend Aaron runs the game for us, and then we play with Michael from Unmade Gaming. That's his Twitch channel. We play that about every 4 weeks. We did take a break between session 1 and 2 due to real life things for a lot of the players. But we got back to doing it 2 weeks ago, and we have a giveaway from that. Now, the way to win these 2 bundles is by watching the episode and finding the social media post on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and commenting your favorite part from those sessions. So session 1, we did a giveaway. We had 2 winners. Session 2, we had the session, but we have not done the giveaway yet. So I'm going to do it tonight. I already have the 2 winners because unfortunately this time, not as many people entered the giveaway. So we have 2 people who entered, and we have 2 packages to give away. Time is not expired though. You guys have session 3 coming up in early October, where you can enter to get a narrator's bundle and a player's bundle. The things that are included in those are quite a few things. You're going to get about 7 things in the narrator's bundle and 6 things in the player's bundle. And in both of those, it includes the special Blue Rose dice. Now, those dice are almost $20. You get multiple D6s. I believe one is a different color. It's very much in the style of this. So, very beautiful book. Very awesome book, by the way. You will get the PDF of this, and you get a bunch of other PDFs. Again, you're getting 7 different PDFs in the narrator's bundle, and you're getting 6 in the player's bundle. Green Ronin Publishing, if you know anything about them, they do amazing stuff over there. So again, go check out Green Ronin. You can see all that awesome stuff. Maybe I'll stop by later again. Thanks, Easy Roller Dice. You should. So we're also streaming. We are simulcasting over to TikTok over here on my phone, and then right here for you guys on YouTube. So I may be interacting with chat a little bit over there. We'll also be doing stuff here. So we're going to be doing that giveaway a little bit later on. But we also are going to talk about some of the things that I have been given to review and as sponsors in the last couple weeks. We've got quite a few things. My favorite thing just got the other day. I need to do some work with it, but I love both of them thoroughly. They surpassed my expectations. I will say they sent me this awesome sticker. I did a live on TikTok, so if you're not following me on TikTok, head on over there, follow me there. But we did a live on TikTok where I actually opened the box, and it's by Filament to Fantasy. They make some awesome 3D prints of a variety of things, and I can't rave about that enough. There's also 3D prints by Vic. They sent me this really awesome miniature that I am extremely excited to get painted by my wife, because my wife is our miniature painter. But this miniature is like these massive wings that are made up of arms. And the base for it is like a rock with a bunch of arms holding it up. So it's a really cool miniature that I think is going to terrify my players. It also sent me a few other miniatures, so that's pretty cool. Recently, we reviewed Tiny Library. I've done a few videos on this, both on YouTube and TikTok. It's 50 single card RPGs from dozens of different creators. And it's already run its course on Kickstarter. It crushed its goal. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of happy people with that. I don't know where you can buy it after the Kickstarter, but they reached funding, so keep an eye out. It's called Tiny Library. Go check it out. And then let's look at these wonderful dice bags. So there was a Kickstarter about a year ago, unfortunately in the middle of COVID, that if you go to the Kickstarter page, you can see some of the comments on it. Didn't seem the most well received. However, I can say this: the company did fulfill everything. They did satisfy everyone at the end of the day. But because of COVID and shipping last year, things were a little tough. So what's up, Roll Stats? Welcome to the chat over on YouTube. Happy to see you, buddy. So I'm going to show these off, but they sent these really cool dice bags. So here's one that I think is awesome. It is called, specifically, the Dragon Caller. To me, this reminds me of the woman in Game of Thrones who is really a hag, but I still like it. This awesome Tea Party dice bag, which, that looks really familiar, huh? Right? The Cat in the Hat. Very cool. So again, this is Legendary Dice Bags, so you can go check them out. Here is the Dragon Whisperer. Very cool dice bag there. And we might be giving these out in a future live stream too. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, comment, and maybe we'll give some of these away in a future live stream. This one is the Roaring T-Rex. Very cool. Gotta love that. The Orc Warrior. This one I think is really cool. It looks very imposing. Probably not as fancy as the other ones artistically, but I just think this is a really cool dice bag personally. I love this one. So this one is the Dwarven Mine. Very colorful. It's got a dwarf mining, of course. So I'm a big fan of that. The Cyberpunk Rogue. So if you play Cyberpunk, Shadowrun, Rifts, anything like that, you'll probably like a dice bag like this. So really cool. I like that one a lot. This one's a little bit more, I don't know, Call of Cthulhu-ish to me. But yeah, it's kind of cool. So this one's called the Trickster. So it's a guy throwing cards. On the back, it does have dice under a top hat, though. So the dice are not percentiles. It's a D20, a D6, and a D10. So maybe it's not necessarily Cthulhu-ish. I don't know. Very cool, though. I like that one as well. You remember that Kickstarter? Yeah, it was like a year ago. But now that I think they're selling these, I don't know if they're doing another Kickstarter or not. I forget. I think they might be doing another one soon. The Marauding Pirates. And I'll have to check my correspondence with them. I've had a lot of conversations lately with a variety of people about different things coming up in RPGs. And so I get things mixed up. So I try not to say too much if I don't know for sure. So yeah, the Marauding Pirates. This one's really cool. Got the ship there. Very, very cool. Man. Woo. Sorry, I'm like really warm. Right before we went on stream, I was scrambling because we picked up a huge 6-foot-long credenza. So yeah, I've been lifting some heavy stuff. But yeah. All right, this one is the Space Voyage. Very cool. Kind of reminds me of like Battlestar Galactica a little bit. So love that. The newer show of that. I really enjoy the new show for Battlestar Galactica. That's worth watching if you haven't seen it. The old one I think is pretty good too, but I haven't watched a lot of that one. The Vampire Encounter. Another cool one. The tombstone there. Very Halloween fantasy-esque. I would say it reminds me of Curse of Strahd, but it doesn't. That's not Strahd. Some other vampire with a sword. This is the Fiery Dragon. Very traditional dragon. Perfect for all you old school fans out there. Or maybe, you Hobbit fans. It could be Smaug. Could pretend it's Smaug, right? Another one I really like called the Monster Hunter. Very colorful again. Really like this dice bag. Looks like an Ankheg of some sort or something like that on the back. It's not an Ankheg, but I don't know. It just reminded me of one. I don't know what kind of monster it is. I don't know if you noticed too, there's these little tiny white monsters with multiple like alien eyes at the bottom. So yeah, again, a really cool dice bag. I like colors. This one is called the In Brawl. I really like this one. The characters on here are fantastic. This like goblin looking girl. is cool. Yeah, there's just a lot of cool ones. You see like food flying and mugs flying. Very cool dice bag. So again, legendary dice bags, if you are just tuning in. This one is a Call of Cthulhu one. This says the Cultist Gathering. So this is a very Cthulhu-esque bag because of this and the tentacle on the other side with the cultists. So again, really like that. Do you guys, speaking of dice and things like that, do you guys get separate dice for your each character, or maybe for different systems? What do you like to do? Or do you just collect a bunch of dice, or do you just have one trusty set? Let me know in the comments. This one is Cthulhu the Destroyer. Really cool one here with the star. So again, that was all those by Legendary Dice Bags. I love what they've done there. Very awesome dice bags. Also, I've done a little video. I did a short on this one. This is the Silverwing Armory over on Etsy. It's a campaign booklet. It's basically for note-taking. You can get one that has like graph paper in it as well. It opens to an index. And then you get a player character sheet. I think it's like $7 for this. If you're interested in picking it up, head on over there. But there's the character sheet. It's their own 5e character sheet. I don't think they provide other character sheets for other game systems. But, yeah, and you got a lot of writing space. So, and then it's just lined pages. So it's pretty neat. It is hand stitched on the side, so there's that as well. So that's kind of cool that someone's doing that. Now, the big thing that was just sent to me that I haven't done a YouTube video yet, I haven't shown it off in its own TikTok yet. I'm going to start with the small one. So there's two things that were sent to me that I am thrilled about. So the small one right here. Check this out. It's a ship, 3D printed ship. It has all this stuff up here for like the crow's net. Like this goes at the very top. And then this goes on it. It's got a flag that goes at the top. It's got this one has a lantern that sticks off the front. That, here's the lantern, by the way. But it sticks off the front. This is called the Riverboat Queen, I believe. Or Queen Riverboat. It has an opening latch here that, I don't know if you guys can actually see that or not. But the top lifts off too. This one is set up in 3 different departments, and I'm going to show it later on over on my YouTube channel. I'm going to do a dedicated video to this. I'm also going to be doing a D&D 5e naval combat video, going over some of the rules from the Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and how you might use these in combat. So maybe even some travel rules or things like that as well. So. Roll Stats says literally hundreds of sets. Don't usually separate by character. It's more by performance. If they start rolling bad, time to switch them up. Oh, I agree, man. 100% agree with that. I got these from the DM Wolf not too long ago on TikTok. They're blood splatter dice. I love them. There is a downside. For example, I don't know if you can tell here, but the 9 is hard to see, especially at a distance because it's got the red on it. Same thing with like the 8 because it's got the red inside the 8. So from a distance, sometimes the numbers are a little hard to read on some of those, but they're really cool dice. And then actually I've been using the D&D Essentials dice a lot lately, which I have a ton of dice, so I don't know why I'm just using the Essentials dice, but they've been doing pretty well for me lately. But yeah, so, oh no, the front fell off. So one of the things I need to do with this, or that my plan is to glue some of these pieces in place forever. So like this top deck, the whole top deck, I'm going to glue together because like this part is a little loose because it's not locked in place there. And you can kind of see it lift just that top part. But when it's all glued, this top piece will just be one solid piece. And the whole bottom piece will be a whole nother solid piece. So that's how this one's going to be. This other one I'm about to show you is going to be a little more detailed. So this other one is the grand prize of the ships here. I love it. By the way, again, I'm just going to quickly show you guys Filaments of Fantasy. Go check them out on Etsy. I'll set that up there. Now, here we go. This one. Whew. This is a hefty one, guys. Hefty ship. Look at that. The doors do open. You got a plank over here. You do have a plank. You can switch that out for the wall piece here. So I just pulled the wall piece off, put the plank on there. So, actually, hang on a sec. Let me move this binder so I can set this flat. This one's so cool. This is going to end up being a focal point on my shelf as well. That's how cool I think this is. So the one I had showed you before is about 60 bucks. Okay. This one I think was about 120 if I remember correctly. So here's the wheel. It does turn. The rudder on the back turns on both of them too. Got some bonus little pieces here. The crow's nest up here. Boom. It's going to go up there. I know you guys can't see the whole ship right now. But yeah, the crow's nest will sit above it, about a foot above it. So that's pretty cool. The top does lift off on the back part. And inside there right now, I've just got some loose pieces. I've got a table that I need to assemble. It's got like a little globe that I can set on the table. The table's cool. The table has like a map. Looks like a paperweight of some sort. Some candles. A bottle. Maybe it's alcohol. Maybe it's just ink. I would say that's probably alcohol. And then a couple books or a ledger. So that's pretty cool. What's with all the toys? You use all that when you run tabletop RPGs? Sometimes I do. So in my in-person games, I use them. Gory-Eyed Beast. I don't use them for online games usually. I don't have a setup that allows me to really show them for online games, really. But I do use them in-person games. And I do have a few campaigns I'm doing in person right now. So yeah, and then the inside of the captain's quarters here are right there. Oops. So hopefully you guys can see that. I can't tip it too much because I got other stuff that'll fall. But yeah, so that was sent to me to review. And yeah, so I love that one. The front also lifts off. Drop those in here. The front also lifts off. And the main deck lifts off in two pieces as well. So rather than being one piece, it lifts off in two pieces. And I think that's fine. I'll just glue that so they're secure. So here's the front deck that lifts off. This too is kind of loose here. So again, I'm gonna glue that in place. The front area just has a passway through two doors, but it's just a little open room. You can kind of see it. So yeah, and then the front of this ship is really cool. So you can see that little door there and the little skeleton dude. So again, that's pretty cool. Now, when I open this one up to the bottom, it's just one open room, whereas the other one was 3 rooms. So yeah, that's a pretty cool one, I think. This is probably going to be one of my favorite things to use when I run games like that. Gory-Eyed Beast over on YouTube says, I had an airship in a recent Eberron game I ran. That would have been pimp to have. Dude, I agree. Actually, Wizards of the Coast sells one that I think some stores, depending on where you go, you can find it as cheap as 30 bucks. My local store has the one. It's like this long. It's maybe a fourth of the size of the one I was just holding. It's about half the size of the first one I was holding. And yeah, it's like 30 bucks. You can find it online for like 60, I think. Normally retails around 40 though. But it's a cool little Eberron airship. It's got the little sails on the side and on the back. So to represent it being more of an airship. So yeah, anyway, so we've got that. Now, the next thing I really wanted to talk about is we have a new campaign coming up. It's going to start this Sunday. We're going to do a session 0. I don't know if we're going to record that or not. Usually I do like to record my session 0s. This one is for a Patreon game. So everybody who pays into a specific tier over on my Patreon gets to play in it. We will have 3 characters in it to start off the campaign. I do have 3 more openings over on Patreon. So if you're interested, go check that out. We have one person who's going to be playing a Dragonborn for sure. Another person who's going to be playing a Harpy, which I'm going to make my own Harpy race probably tomorrow. And I will be sharing that with my patrons. So if you are a patron of mine, you will get that sent to you for free. I'm going to then hopefully try and make it look very D&D-ized for 5e. And we will get that uploaded over to Patreon. What am I playing? I'm the DM. It's going to be Dungeons & Dragons 5e, my homebrew world. And I decided, so if you guys have watched any of my streams before, you know that I have a ton of reference art for my homebrew world. So before I show what I just came up with this past weekend for the game, I'll show you some of the stuff I've done before. Before I do that, though, I do have it. Okay, so a long time ago, I did a YouTube video where I just felt like drawing and mapping a world. So when I originally made a map, this was the very first map I made. This is about 8 years old. I think it was 2014 before 5e came out. Actually, it may have been 2013, around Christmas time. So this was the very first map I made of it. Not very good, nothing special. I called this the Orc's Arrow Peninsula, and I came up with lore for it, and it was great. So that was the very first thing I made. Then I started running a campaign with Nate from WASD20, my wife, my friend Dustin, my friend Brett, my friend Dustin's now wife who plays in my BlackRock game. Her name is Nicole. Started running a campaign for them, and we had it take place just north of this. So just up here in a place called Pine Run. That's where it kicked off. And so Nate, when he was playing in my campaign, he had just started his YouTube channel and was just starting to get into mapping. After, I'd say like, I don't know, a few months of us playing this campaign, he started doing cartography. And he made this map for me of the Pine Run area and the Orc's Arrow Peninsula. So you can see this peninsula goes up into the Pine Run area here, and then it comes down over here. Now, I do have this up over on, it's up over on my rpgjuice.com page. If you go there, you can click on my world building stuff, and you can see this over there. You can also see it over on my Discord. Again, link is in the description for that. If you want to go to check that out, I talk about it in my world building. I share all my map references that I've made, things like that. Now, before he had done that, though, I did start dabbling in Photoshop. And this is, again, not very good. I didn't know how to use Photoshop 7 years ago. I just made basic outlines of the stuff, and then I put little icons places and wrote things down. This was the known world at that time. This I made before he made that map to give to the players so they knew what the Pine Run area was like. So you can see that. I might still have, and you can actually see in the corner, I had it so like it's like a zoomed in or zoomed out version of the known world at the time. I've added a lot to my world since then. I've changed some things, but not much. The maps are not 100% consistent between them, you know, like with the outlines and shapes of everything, but that's okay. This was another campaign I ran at the time up in Browerhans, so very cool area here. Not Browerhans, Moorkeep and Stonehall Keep. So this whole continent here. That's called the Glass Coast. It's up in the northern hemisphere, really cold area, and it's called the Glass Coast because ice, when it starts breaking up, looks like glass shards on the coast. Oh yeah, 5e, yeesh. Bought the books, but I couldn't get my head around it. Oh really? Yeah, I love 5e. I think it's a really simple system to run. Roll Stats says playing only on Sundays, once or twice a month. I might be able to do that. So right now, I think we're going to plan on doing twice a month starting in October. This Sunday will be session 0. And yeah, if you want to get in on it, man, let's talk about it. I'll get you in there. I have not decided where in my world we're going to play yet. I'm actually going to make a little blurb for different parts of my world I'm willing to run a game in. And then I'm going to pitch it basically on Sunday to everyone who's in the game and let them decide where they would like to play. And based on where they play, obviously I'll answer questions about like the types of creatures in the area, the type of climate, and things like that. So yeah, this campaign I think is going to be more story driven and character driven. We'll have combat, don't worry. But I think there is going to be opportunities to explore the background of everyone's character if they want. So if somebody wants to dive into, flashbacks, we can do stuff like that. If they want to play with narrative, things like that, I'm totally open to it. It sounds like that's what one player would like to do. So we'll at least do that for that person. But I want it to, again, be tailored around your guys' experience. Really not much different from how I normally run games. I already kind of do that. So, hey, LJ, what's up? What's up, Foo? I haven't seen you in a while. That's still really good for not knowing Photoshop. Dude, I'm way better at Photoshop now. Way better. If you ever watch my YouTube channel, you'll know based on my thumbnails I'm better. Or my logo. I make my own logo. I've made other people logos and stuff too. So pretty much self-taught. I signed up for a Udemy course and only did like the first 3 sections, but I do want to finish it so I get the certificate. But yeah, so I drew all that. So that was like my reference photos at the time. So then I started hand drawing this around the time I was playing a campaign in this area. This is up near the north. This is that Brower Hans Stonehall Keep area. So I started mapping that. Didn't finish it. I haven't inked it yet, but that is basically what that part looks like. I did this for my Blackrock Adventures game. So I have a very detailed map here that I've done. And that's been kind of nice to have for that game. About a year and a half ago, I finished up the Volcar Kingdom game. And this is that region of my world. So I've done that as well. Very cool. I like mapping. I don't think I'm the best, but I really enjoy doing it. So that brings me to this past weekend. So the one player wanted to play a harpy. He says he's got this concept for a harpy character. If you don't know what a harpy is, a harpy will fly around with its, it's got wings. It's got like talon claws like a bird on the lower half. Top half is like a person. It's known to sing. It's very charming. Usually they're like a monster race. They're usually monsters, but they're really cool. Goddess LJ on TikTok says, haha, we learned. Yup. Well, I wasn't very good back in the MySpace days. I can tell you that. Love Panda, welcome. Love to have you. So yeah, this is what I came up with. So they were like, yeah, if you have a map or some names. So I was like, you know what? I'll come up with something. So I came up with an area that is just southwest of the known world that I had before. And I came up with the Singing Isles, and it gets its name from a meteor that crashed and destroyed a continent. There was a chunk of land that was connected. Well, this meteor destroyed it. Water is now around this meteor. This meteor is now called Lullaby Rock. It's got growth on it now and plants and things like that. But here's the map I made. So this map was the little sketch I made of it. So that's what I got for it. And I like it. I'm pretty excited about it. I have not put a ton of thought into it, but you got various things here. You got like the Spirit Peaks, which has and I wrote all about this too. I've wrote like a couple pages about this whole section. Spirit Peaks is an area where the southern coast, due to the meteor, has a lot of paranormal activity, ghosts, things like that. That's where it's got its name. You got Filgard and Gilgard. Those are named after 2 harpies that were siblings that their tribe split because of their little issues. So they split to 2 islands. Lullaby Rock is a place where harpies actually travel to. It's more like a spiritual thing to them. And it has a slight hum to it at all times. Janik is a more civilized area. You've got different settlements. It was mostly unharmed by the meteor. And the meteor was like thousands of years ago, but Janik didn't have to restart at that time. Demon Drift has a volcano on it that has pretty much wiped out any living sustenance in the southern half, and the volcano was fairly recent. On the northern shores, you have a couple settlements, but there's a lot of corruption. And in that area, you have, because of the corruption, there's a lot of poverty. People aren't taken care of. There's not a lot of food. It's a really bad place to be. And the reason it has its name of Demon Drift, not only is because there's a volcano, but the rocks and the sand and the dirt are all a crimson red, or a shade of red as well. Down here is Last Song Island. That is also an island of harpies. And it's called Last Song Island because down here, we're going to leave that up to the person making the harpy character, because I did want him to come up with some lore. He wanted to make the lore, and so I wanted to give him that ability to do so. So he's kind of making the harpy lore for that. But in my mind, this is where the idea of all harpies being evil in this world comes from, is this island. Whether it's true or not, I'll leave up to his lore. Over here, I have the Avian Peaks. That's where we have like bird races like Kenku and Aarakocra, and other bird races. Probably have even larger birds like the Roc, ROC basically, things like that. And then Kyora here is the largest body of land. Again, more civilized, and where the new capital is. And down here, this little 5-finger thing, these 5 peninsulas, I call Death's Grip. So that's what I came up with. I'm pretty excited about that, and kind of anxious to see where it goes. So got that. And I decided I needed reference material for my whole world. So I've always known that my known world was 1/6 of my world. So based on that, I came up with trying to put this in perspective this week. And this is what I did. The known world is this 6th up here. Down here are those islands I just made. It's a little bigger than I wanted, but to get the detail I wanted, I had to make it a little bigger. This island is unnamed, but this one is going to be where my jungle, like rainforest is. Down here, I have a island, or basically a continent. I'm calling this a continent, called Patronus for now. It's a working title. It's because I have a Patreon tier where patrons can create a city on this continent. So down here, that's for that. This is the Thakos Islands, or Islands of Thakos. Islands of Thakos. So that was a campaign my wife ran for us about 6 years ago, and she had some islands. So I wanted to incorporate that into here because it wasn't, setting specific. And I asked her, hey, you care if I rip that off and put it in my world? And she said, no. So that's what I did. Over here, I call it Ocean Drop. It's a large whirlpool that you can see is larger than most of any settled place. It's massive. And down here is kind of like my Olympus. This area is basically where the gods reside. So yeah, we've got that. Okay, Sundays work. Weekdays are hard, but Sunday works. I'm in. All right, Bill. I love it. Gory-eyed beast. I couldn't resolve the rest thing. Oh, short and long rests? Players are out of resources and on the edge. Then stop for a wank and a biscuit, and they're suddenly all good. Okay, back to Pathfinder we go. Pathfinder's good. I like Pathfinder. So Pathfinder 2nd edition, I like it as a player. I shouldn't say I love it. I like it as a player. I've only played it a little bit. And my wife does come from 2nd edition, advanced D&D, I should say. That is what she grew up playing. And actually, when she came up with the name, she said she didn't even make the connection. But as soon as she had said it, I made the connection and I pointed it out to her. So, yeah, it's definitely paying tribute. But we were playing 5e for that as well. So the thing about the whole short rest, long rest thing. So I've had this conversation with people, especially people who like old school games. They have a hard time sometimes thinking, oh, you recover your hit points back. And that's, I think, because a lot of people associate hit points with damage. But when you look at a hit point pool, especially, I believe I've read it somewhere, that hit points aren't just damage. It's exerting stamina and things like that. And so if you think of it like that, like not necessarily that you were hit. I know I narrate it as being hit, but if you can think about it as, oh, that's energy spent as well as damage taken, then the short rest makes complete sense. You know, taking an hour to get a breather and you regain some hit points back makes sense if you think of it as stamina as well as damage. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the one thing. I know not everyone can do that and not everyone likes to do that. But I mean, how do you justify when player characters get hundreds of hit points or however much they get, you know, like 80 hit points, and they're getting hit by the same monster that they were hit at first level, but they're not dying, you know, like things like that. But yeah, so I've done a lot of work on my world this past weekend. I'm going to do more. And I like world building, and I'm excited to flesh out my world more. I do love my world. So, and I don't have all the answers. I love to play off of what my characters, my players want. I love to incorporate their ideas so that they take some ownership as well. There's a lot of holes in my world, and I leave it that way and intentionally. I've got ideas for different areas, but I don't force any of it on any of my players. So I'm pretty loose with it. But yeah, so there were some other things I wanted to talk about. So yeah, we're going to do the Blue Rose giveaway here in a minute. I've got 2 people who entered it, so basically they're going to get the prizes, and I will announce them in a minute. If you want in on it for the next time, then you can head on over to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our Instagram page, and follow Master the Game. And when we post the giveaway graphic for session 3, you can then enter. Now, the way to enter is you have to watch session 3, and on that graphic, that's where you will say your favorite moment from session 3 to win that prize. And yeah, so the only thing we're going to actually be determining, though, between those two is who gets what. Of the 2 people who entered, who's going to get the DM's, the Keeper's kit, and the Player's kit. Now, everyone knows hit points are meat points. Level 20 characters are just walking sides of regenerating beef. Hey, however you want to do it, Untested Gaming over on YouTube. I'm fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. But I believe even in the early editions, when you read it, it's more than just damage. I could be wrong. I don't know a ton about the very first iterations of D&D. Played AD&D for a few years, but I knew how hit points work, so I don't think I read the section on hit points. You know what I mean? Just like mechanically, I know how other things work, so I don't always read the flavor text in a rule book. You know, one of those kinds of things. All right. So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I will get to them. But yeah, so tomorrow we're going to be back to painting our blue dragon. We have I think it's a gargantuan blue dragon from Magecraft Miniatures on Etsy. We got that back in January. And we've been slowly painting it, trying to go for every couple weeks, but we have missed a lot of weeks, and we've got a lot of stuff going on around here. So, but we're going to try and do that tomorrow night. I also will be creating my own Harpy player character race for 5e. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. That I don't think will be on stream. I'm going to try to get that done before the stream and have it up for my patrons tomorrow before the stream as well. During the stream, we make random roll tables. So if you are a patron of mine, you get access to all my old random roll tables. So we will be continuing that. We'll be making a new one tomorrow night. I will probably make one that's a little bit more intricate, more detailed. I enjoy making random roll tables. I love using random roll tables. For example, I have books on random roll tables. Like bunches of books on random roll tables. Like, it's one of my favorite things. I use them all the time. And usually I use them for inspiration. They're wonderful. So I get lots of good ideas and I tweak them quite a bit. But again, for me, it's about the inspiration it gives me. I've got another one right there on the table over there on top of my Fallout and Star Trek book and my Secrets of Magic book. You know, I've been doing some reading lately. I've been doing a lot of stuff when it comes to RPGs lately, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, lots of good stuff. I love random tables. So yeah. But yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing that. Thursday over on our Twitch page, we will be playing Achtung Cthulhu. It's our second session of Achtung Cthulhu, but we've been playing Call of Cthulhu with Pulp Cthulhu rules for 28 episodes before that. So same characters, we just had them ported over to Achtung Cthulhu. We'll be playing that on Thursday evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/masterthegamerpg. Friday, do we have something going on Friday? I don't know. I think we have something going on Friday. I don't know. I don't remember. We might not. Not this Friday. But Saturday, we have our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. Tyranny of Dragons, which Roll Stats over on YouTube also plays in. My friend BN Drake plays in it. My wife plays in that. My wife plays in all my Saturday games. We've got Chance's Guide. I'm just going to say to everything. He's got like 20 channels, YouTube channels. You think of it, he's got a YouTube channel for it. Alan SZN over on TikTok says, sup, not much. We're just talking about RPGs. Tabletop RPGs, like D&D. We also over a week from Saturday, we'll have our BlackRock game. But, sorry, I was talking about the players in the Tyranny game. So we also have Martin, who's known as Creative Guys over on Twitch. He does drawing streams. He, I believe, just got a new system to handle streaming and stuff far better than it currently does. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Let's see, Bill, my wife, Peter, Martin, and Chance. No, that's everybody, right? We have 5 players, right, Bill? 5 players? 5 players, and then I'm 6. So yeah. But yeah, so we got that going on. I'm going to start using Owlbear Rodeo for maps and miniatures during online games. We've been doing that quite a bit. That's been working out awesome. So just being able to use like the little tokens for Owlbear Rodeo is fine. I could probably import, like pictures of miniatures for the tokens and make my own little tokens for the map on Owlbear Rodeo. And I can also make my own maps using either Incarnate or even taking pictures of terrain and uploading those as well. I'm ironing my cape of billowing to get ready. It's got to be hard to iron a cape that billows constantly, because it's always like flapping on the table. Like that would be really difficult. I love the cape of billowing. Drakenstone Castle. Love that Tyranny of Dragons game. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. We had the Frog Hemoth a couple sessions ago. The players are currently in Baldur's Gate, near the Black Gate. And I believe they were trying to get wagons or get set up with a traveling company to head north on the Tradeway, possibly with the Cult of the Dragon. So that's where things stood there when we left off last time. But then, yeah, Sunday is our session 0 for our Patreon game. And again, I'm really excited about it. Haven't decided the area. We have just come up with a couple of characters. I didn't forget Paula. I said my wife. I said Paula. I'm pretty sure I did. I said her right after you. I said Bill, my wife, Peter. Yeah. Maybe I said it quietly. And Crank. As a lich. Crank's not dead yet, man. He's not dead yet. Crank is now... So we had... Okay, so if you guys have not been watching Tyranny of Dragons, go watch it. It's been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of combat. So if that's not your thing, you might not be as into it. However, I have really enjoyed the campaign so far. I do like combat. And I allowed players to make evil characters from the onset of the campaign as long as they didn't play disruptively. I have always had this rule that if a player's character does not align with the group, and if at some point it just makes no sense that that group would travel with them, then that character becomes an NPC. And I've never There was one time I should have done it in the past and I didn't. Other than that, I've never done it, right? Well, until this campaign. So we have one player who had an evil Warforged coffee lock. That's a warlock sorcerer with, that's able to do short rests and get all their spells back and, using sorcery points and all that good stuff. Anyways, he used rope trick. He tried to be the type of character or the type of player that could basically do anything at all times. He thought he could outpower the DM. Well, then he started doing some evil stuff in front of a paladin of our party. And the rest of the party was just like, this is weird. We're not going along with it. And I decided right then after that little PvP that his character became an NPC. No harm, no foul. It was all fun. I don't think anybody had any huge issues with it. And every single player told me that I handled the situation perfectly. And the fact that he was an NPC actually gave them a villain that they cared about for the rest that they care about now. I wouldn't say the rest of the campaign because we haven't played the rest of the campaign. We've only played a few sessions since then. But everybody seems invested now in Crank, the character, as a bad guy now. Crank, they believe, murdered an NPC that they were previously traveling with because they found a body that resembled it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that campaign. Is Crank going to come back and get them? Is he going to play a bigger role? How is that going to unfold? I don't even know. And that's what's awesome. We're running Tyranny of Dragons, but now we have this other thing that is completely homebrew along the side of it. And I think that's awesome. So yeah, go check that out if you haven't yet. I think you'll enjoy it. So, all right, let me pull up. So one of the people who entered the giveaway is my good friend Paul, Lord Luapsor on Discord. And where is the group? Tabletop RPG Network on Facebook was where the other one was. There it is. Blue Rose Session 2 giveaway. So here in a minute, we're going to create my level 20 character for a one-shot. Which, if you're just tuning in on TikTok, head on over to YouTube where you'll be able to see it. I am going to end the live stream on TikTok here in a couple minutes just to go make that. So John Peragios, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering your name. I don't have a way to direct message you right now. So I'm just going to tell you to direct message me or email me. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So let's roll some dice. So the player bundle or narrator bundle. So someone tell me evens or odds. And that's going to be what determines which one John gets. So John is probably going to... Let's see. We'll go player bundle. Will be evens. Right? Does that sound good? Evens for player bundle. Saul doesn't like violence. He's a businessman. Blood is a big expense. I agree. Lordy Sparker, do your players take lots of notes or do they mainly fly by the seat of their pants? That's a great question. I couldn't tell you what they do. I have one player for sure in my BlackRock game who takes very extensive notes. I know my wife does not take extensive notes. She's gone sessions where after like 3-4 sessions in, she'll have a sticky note with one sentence on it on her desk. So I know she doesn't take extensive notes, which is funny because when we first started gaming together, she took more notes, better notes. So yeah, I think most of my players just fly by the seat of their pants though. Roll Stats says, speaking for myself, I fly completely by the seat of my pants. I think Martin is a big note taker though. Oh, he might be. He does seem to know some things. So yeah, he might be. I didn't think about that. I don't think Chance takes notes. And I don't think Peter takes a bunch of notes while we play either. so it would be only Martin in that game. That seems like the right ratio. It seems like 1 out of every like 7 or 8 players takes good notes, I feel like. I take terrible notes, which is why I'm glad I record my sessions. Because I go back. So what I do is I'll run a game, and then I will go back later on and watch the session before we play again. And as I watch that session, that's when I take my notes. I try to do it the day before running my next game, but most of the time I watch it the day of the game. And while doing that, though, and making my own notes, I get ideas. And again, if I've done it the night before, I then will be able to think of things overnight and then create my prep notes the next day before the game. I like to do my prep the same day as a game. I don't like to do it ahead of time. I'll do little things ahead of time, but I do the bulk of my prep the same day of a game. BN Drake, who plays in the Tyranny game this week, he also runs our Cthulhu game on Thursdays and is going to be playing in that Patreon game on Sundays. He says everything is scripted for his character Pike in Tyranny of Dragons. I believe that. So let's roll for Joseph here, whether he gets John Pelagios, and see if he gets the player's bundle or the narrator's bundle. I said evens are the player's bundle. All right, so 6 is the player's bundle. So he will get the player's bundle, and Lord Lapsor will get the DM's bundle. So I'm letting him know that he won the player's bundle. And I will go and let Lord Luapsor know that he won the DM's bundle. Very cool. Congratulations, guys. Thank you, Green Ronin, for providing the giveaway. Again, like I was talking about earlier, we will also be doing a giveaway, not tonight, for dice bags. I just got to come up with a good way to give those away. I don't want to just do it a quick little like chat thing. I want to come up with a fun way to do it. So if you guys got ideas, let me know. Congratulations, you won the Keeper's Bundle. Sorry, guys. All right. Cool. So congratulations again, guys. And once again, thank you for everybody from the last couple sessions who has signed up to win. Unfortunately, we only have 2 winners tonight. We only had 2 winners session 1. Session 1, we had a lot of people enter. So, yeah. Okay, Lordy Sparker says, I had a player taking a lot, but then had a meltdown that she didn't want to be the note taker for the group. So I told her not to worry about it. Maybe I leaned on her too much. Maybe. Bill says, from Roll Stats says, ironically, I do take notes for Luther, but he generally just ignores them. So I try to take notes for Blake, and I'm not normally the note taker as a player either. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Why did they... Do you think she just felt overwhelmed? Did she feel overwhelmed because you were leaning on her? Or maybe she just didn't like that everyone relied on her too much. Yeah, that's tough. I've never had that happen. But I think your approach of just telling her not to worry about taking notes is totally fine. My experience is most players don't take deep notes. You know, like that's why there's a lot of books that tell you to assign specific roles, even within notes. You know, like having a person at your table that remembers your NPC names and location names. Having another person at your table who tracks initiative. I've heard of people doing that. Having another person at your table who maybe tracks your story quests or hooks and things like that. You know, you can have a variety of things like that. So TikTok, thank you guys for watching. I'm ending the stream over there. If you want to watch, head on over to YouTube. That's youtube.com/c/masterthegamerpg. You can follow us over there. We'll be continuing. So thanks again, TikTok. All right, TikTok is done. So that's going to allow me now to pull up the rules for character creation. So the game that we're going to be playing in October as a one-shot that I'm playing in is over on Merc's YouTube or Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/until_May. I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that is the channel. It might not be. But either way, you can go check that out and follow on Twitch. The rules for it. So I have to make a level 20 character. I'm going to do that here in D&D Beyond. Let's see. Level 20, any race, any class. 2d6 plus 6 for stats. 5 common items, 3 uncommon, 2 rare, 1 very rare, 1 legendary. That's a lot of magic items. 1 boon, according to a specific list that somebody made before. And it's going to be Rigodam Duculus. And icing on the cake, players who send a 1-page backstory or make a TikTok tagging them and telling their backstory by October 1st gets an additional magic item that will be custom homebrewed. And if she hits 1,000 followers on TikTok by game day, the players will get an additional legendary item. So yeah, that's what's going on. I don't really want to pick that many magic items. I mean, a level 20 character I can make pretty quick. So let's do that. I'm going to, not PDF, screen cap? No. All right, let's try this. Let's open the internet window and go over to D&D Beyond. All right, here we go. All right, guys, let's make this character. I'm not going to see the chat very much. I'll have to jump back and forth for that, but you know. Tim D says, we pass the chores around each session. Yeah, you should. Like, that's what I would do. You know, that's, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of splitting it up. What's up, O'Neill Flynn? We're about to create a level 20 character. I'm really debating making my up-close warlock for this. I'm really thinking about it. I think that's the way to go. What do you think? It's going to be an epic character if I do it. I don't know how many levels of warlock I'm going to take, though. Let's do it. Let's make that my warlock. My characters. Create a character. Create a character by making choices using a step-by-step approach. Yeah, we'll do... I don't need help. We'll just do standard. We'll leave it as Juce's character for now. Actually, we'll just call this level 20 PC. All right. Let's turn off magic. We'll leave that in. We'll put critical role content in there because those are technically allowed, I think. Dice rolling. Yes, leave that on. I think these are allowed to be on, so we'll do that. Milestone. I'm going to do fixed hit points because I don't feel like dealing with it. Use prerequisites. Yes. Show level scaled spells. Yes. Use encumbrance. I'm not going to ignore that. I like modifiers on the top. All right, next. There we go. So for Sunday, are we creating characters on Sunday or should I come with a generated character? So we'll create characters on Sunday, but if you want a concept before then, right now, the Harpy is going to be a warlock, I think, or some kind of spellcaster. And the Dragonborn is also thinking of a spellcaster. Not a full caster, I don't think. I don't think either one's going to be a wizard, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check. So we do our communication for that game over on Discord. I know you're not on there. That's okay. I can handle discussing, things with you outside of that. All right. Let me look at what they said. I want to say... Because I also haven't started my own document for notes for the players yet. Because normally I do that, so I'd be able to just say, oh yeah, they're playing this and this and this. But I want to say... I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yeah, I know they're playing spellcasters. I don't think either one's playing a wizard, though. I want to say one wanted to play warlock and one wanted to play a sorcerer. So that's what we have so far. I don't know what Peter's going to play. And obviously I don't know what you're going to play. All right, so let's go back in here. So let's see. This is a level 20 game. What do Aarakocra get? They do get plus to dexterity. Let's go with the Aarakocra. Should I do Aarakocra? Warlock? That might be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll come back. Maybe an Aarakocra. Aasimar could be cool, like a fallen Aasimar. I could do a Ganassi. What kind would I do, though? I'd probably do Earth Ganassi or something. I want to do something I've never done. Which would be Ganassi, would be an Aarakocra. What did Kenku get? Dex, Wisdom, Expert Forgery, Kenku Training, and Mimicry. Oh, that's right. And if I'm a Warlock with Magical Darkness, Mimicry could be fun to screw with the bad guys. Or screw with the players. That's... Kenku is interesting, just for the being able to roleplay screwing with the players. Kobold. I don't need to be a Kobold, though. Tabaxi probably gets a bonus to Dex. Yep. Charisma, Dark Vision. I don't need Dark Vision, though. Feline Agility. Cat's Claws. Cat's Talent. Wow, they got a lot of stuff, don't they? I don't even know how half that stuff works. Your reflexes and agility allow you to move with a burst of speed. When you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns. Oh, so you can do a double move as your movement in one turn. And the next round, you have to stay put to reset it. Or not even the next round, anytime. That's an interesting ability. Cat's Claws, 1d4 plus Strength mod. Okay. Cat Talent gives you proficiency in Perception and Stealth. Ooh. So Tabaxi's interesting. I've never even thought to play a Tabaxi in my life. Never. So Tabaxi sounds cool. I'm just going to be honest here. So, okay. So what do you guys think? I've narrowed it down to Tabaxi, some sort of Ganassi, and I don't know which one, or Aarakocra. Actually, you know what? Let's throw out the Ganassi. Let's say Kenku, Aarakocra, or Tabaxi. Which one should I play? I'm leaving it up to you guys. Or should I dice roll it? I'll roll a d6. The first two are Aarakocra. 3, 4 is Kenku. 5 and 6 would be Tabaxi. I'm going to roll the die. You tell me if I use the die roll or if you guys want to tell me which one to be. Just let me know. My die says I should be a Kenku. Are we Kenkuing it? All right, that's what I'm going to go with then. No response means Kenku. Boom. This will be interesting. Choose the race. All right. So I get Kenku Training. So what's Expert Forgery? Duplicate other creatures' handwriting and craft work. You have advantage on all checks made to produce forgeries or duplicates. Wow. That's pretty good. 30 walking speed. Ooh, really small, but that's okay. That Dex, I think we're going to definitely make a Dex-based character here. So, you know, I know most people are like, oh, your Warlock is an Eldritch Blast guy. Nope, not mine. Mine's up close. And he will be dex based. And I might even level dip Ranger, or not Ranger. Well, maybe Ranger, but most likely Rogue. All right, Kenku training. I can choose 2 skills. So let's choose Deception. And I don't really need Stealth. Let's go Acrobatics. Because these are just from my background. Or from my race. How does mimicry work? You can mimic sounds you have heard, including voices. A creature that hears the sounds you make can tell they are imitations with a successful Wisdom Insight check opposed by your Charisma Deception check. Got it. Love it. And I can speak Common and Auran, but you can speak only by using your Mimicry trait. So I'm going to find out if I have to do it with the Mimicry trait, because I would rather not. I would rather just squawk like a bird sometimes. Screw the die. Hobgoblin. Too late now. I've already made the choice. All right. So I should probably refer to the player's handbook here rather than like choosing all the levels. And just look at the table. Because I don't know how many levels of Warlock I want to do. I don't think I want to do all 20 Warlock. Maybe I do, but I don't know. I've been really wanting to play a Warlock for a while, though. So this will be cool. And the stuff you get at early levels is really more than enough, I feel like. So I've only really looked at them up to like level 6. They get nothing at 7. ASI at 8. What's Mystic Arcanum? I'll have to look and see what that is. But it looks like I could stop at 11th, depending on what a Mystic Arcanum is. Mystic Arcanum. At 11th level, your patron bestows upon you a magical secret called an Arcanum. Choose one 6th level spell from the Warlock spell list as this Arcanum. You can cast your Arcanum spell once without expending a spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you can do so again. Yeah, I don't care about that. So it looks like I would probably stop at 6th level. So we're going to do Warlock 6. All right, so add class. Do this up to level 6. And then I'll take something else up to level 20. So proficiencies. Wisdom, charisma saves, simple weapons, light armor. All right, we are going to take Arcana. And let's go Intimidation. Pact of the Old Ones. Cthulhu be our guide. Great old one. Cool, got Pact Magic. Great. Oh, so these are spells you automatically get, right? When you learn a Warlock spell, the following spells are added to the Warlock spell list for you. Okay, cool. What do you get for Pact Magic? Just how to cast spells? Okay, whatever. Awakened Mind. Can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances. Okay, that's cool that I can do that. All right, Eldritch Invocations. So when doing this, the first thing is Devil Sight, because I use Magical Darkness. The second one was the... Was it Armor of Shadows? I think it's Armor of Shadows. No. Oh, it was from the Depths or something like that. I like Cloak of Flies also, but Gift of the Depths. So basically you can go underwater and breathe and do all normal stuff underwater. You also can cast water breathing once without expending a spell slot. You gain the ability to do so when finishing a long rest. You can breathe underwater and gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. So basically you can cast water breathing on somebody else as well. What was the third? I don't remember what the third one was. Nope. No, it was nothing to do with spells. Animate dead, no. Tomb of Levistus. I do like that one. That's where you create a shield of ice around you. Silent image at will. No. Grasp of Hadar. No. It has to do with Eldritch Blast. That means no. Until the end of your next turn, as long as the creature is on the same plane. Yeah, I don't care about that. Fiendish Vigor. False Life. Nope. Eyes of the Runekeeper. Oh, you can read all writing. Okay, that was the other one I like. So read all writing, can breathe underwater, and can see in the dark. So really, I think that's pretty cool. Now, I chose Pact of the Blade. I like that. Basically, you can put your weapon in a pocket dimension. ASI. I take feet. I go resistance. Dexterity. Was it dexterity? What are my saving throws again? Was it wisdom and charisma? So yeah, I'll choose dexterity. Is it resilient dexterity? It must be. Increase chosen ability score by 1. Proficiency in saving throws with the chosen ability. So I like that one. Entropic ward. You learn to magically ward yourself against attack and to turn an enemy's failed strike into a good luck for yourself. When a creature makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on that roll. If it misses you, your next attack roll against the creature has advantage if you make it before the end of your next turn. So yeah, that's a good one. And they're already going to have disadvantage, and I'll already have advantage. So whatever. You know, magical darkness that I will try and use as much as possible. Hobgoblin. Really pushing for that hobgoblin. Is it that obvious, Flynn? I can get on board with that. You know what's intimidating? A dual-wielding, whirling dervish hobgoblin. Flying around on a rocket-powered glider. I love that, but that sounds less like a hobgoblin and more like a goblin. If by rocket-powered glider you mean a woolly mammoth as a mount, then yes. I agree. Rocket-powered woolly mammoth. Done. Session 0 completed. I love it, guys. That's great. All right. Let's do this. So it's 2d6 plus 6. So I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this in here. I think what I'll do is I'll take the first 2 dice and manually put it in. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's try it. If not, we'll just do normal 4d6. So we'll do it for all of them, but we're just going to take the first 2 plus 6. So see how it says 6 and 5? So those are my first 2. Boom. So we have one really good stat there. There. And there. So this is gonna be a really good character. So 6 and 5 is 11, plus 6 is 17 in Dex. 6 and 5 is 11, 17 because of Dex. 4 and 3 is not. Wait, no, it's not. It's 7. Plus 6 is 13. So this would be my lowest score. So we'll go 13 into intelligence. That's 8. So 8 plus 6 is 14. Put that into wisdom. And 6 and 4 is 10. So this constitution will be 16. And 9 plus 6 is 15. So we'll actually make this one 15. This one 13, and this one 14. All right, so those are my attributes from being manually rolled. So now that makes my dexterity 20. Wisdom 16. So yeah, those are some good numbers. Okay. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. 2d6 plus 6 is awesome. All right, so we got... Whoops. Back. I still got to choose the background, but let's go back to class, because I think I can add... How do I add... Optional feature manager? Is that where I go? Oh, down here. Add another class. All right, I'm going to add a rogue. Because again, I'm going to be a dex-based character. So I could go up to level 14 with the rogue. I don't think I'm going to go up to level 14, though. I think I might go to 8, at least. We'll go rogue. Add class. Let's just go one at a time. And we'll figure out how I want to do this. All right, so proficiencies. Choose one. So I'm going to go with... I feel like I want to do sleight of hand. Could do stealth. And then in magical darkness, I'm basically always breaking line of sight. I'm going to go sleight of hand. I think stealth is a given. Expertise. We're going to make it sleight of... You know what? What did I choose under Warlock? Arcana and Intimidation. Okay. All right. Man. Yeah, I think I want sleight of hand, right? Sleight of hand, so I could pickpocket people. I think Intimidation might be good. Right? What do you guys think? I'm really getting ideas like how I could roleplay this. His name will be Sebastian Bashy Skolzen. That's a good name. I like Sebastian. His trait, bashing skulls in. His ideal, bashing skulls in. Okay, so I'm throwing a hobgoblin at the kids in a basic fantasy game now. Thanks. I love it. Roll stats. His flaw, sometimes he rolls low and can't bash skulls in. Roll stats. Nice. Also, I want to fight a tribe of hobgoblins in a basic fantasy game. Basic fantasy is pretty interesting. The fact that you can get like all the books, and there's a lot of them for like $30 on Amazon, amazing. Do I want? I feel like I'm gonna go deception. So sleight of hand and deception. Of course, we get that sweet sneak attack. Let's go and add another level. Level 2. How many hit points do I got now? 67. All right, level 2 gets that cunning action. Okay, what's level 3 get? Boom. Roguish archetype, which I feel like has to be assassin. Yeah, we're going assassin. Bonus proficiencies. Disguise kit and poisoner's kit. Okay, cool. Let's go ASI again. Whoops, not with that one. Can I shrink this down? Yeah, there we go. Level 4 is the ASI. Do I want another feat? I could go ability score and just make my charisma go up some more. Could make him extremely mobile. If we go mobile, he gains more movement which would be nice. Especially if I don't want him to be an Eldritch Knight style, or Eldritch Blast style Warlock. So that would be fun. What else is there in here? Poisoner? Let's see. What's a slasher? You've learned where to cut to have the greatest results, granting you the following benefits. Strength or dex increases by 1. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals slashing damage, you can reduce the speed of the target by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Okay, that's cool. When you score a critical hit that deals slashing damage to a creature, you grievously wound it until the start of your next turn. The target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. See, I don't have to worry about that, though. I mean, that's a cool feat. I really do like that, but I don't think it's necessary. Could go tough. That's always good. Could go weapon master. It gives me all the weapons, right? Increase the strength or dex by 1. Gain proficiency with 4 weapons of your choice. Each one must be a simple or martial weapon. I mean, I'm going to choose strength because dex is maxed. And then I would choose things like, oh, I don't know. What are good dex-based weapons? A rapier, a scimitar. I thought I just saw scimitar. Did I not just see? Oh, I just chose it. That's why. Wow, guys. Wow. I got issues. I feel like I should choose like a large weapon too, though. Like a halberd would be sweet. Just because it looks cool. Or a trident. Especially since I'm good underwater. We'll go trident. And then let's go with... Do I want a glaive or a halberd or what do I want? Let me look at the equipment. Let's look at the damage because that's what matters, right? Let's optimize here. Martial. So a halberd is 1d10 slashing and it's got reach. A glaive is 1d10 slashing and it's got reach. However, and they cost the same, so there's no difference. Okay. So it doesn't matter. What sounds cooler, a glaive or a halberd? What do you guys think? Would that be... I got glaive here, so I could stick with that. Let's go halberd. Ooh, or I could do something completely different. No, we'll go halberd. All right. Do I want to take another level in Rogue? I'm currently level 10, but 4 in Rogue. What does 5th level get? Uncanny Dodge. Yep, we want that. What does 6th level get? Expertise again. Yep. And 7 gives you Evasion. We definitely want that. Let's go 8 levels so we get the ASI. 9th level is the Roguish Archetype feature, which I don't know what that is for an assassin. Infiltration expertise. Starting at 9th level, you can unfailingly create false identities for yourself. You must spend 7 days and 25 gold to establish the history, profession, and affiliations for an identity. You can't establish an identity that belongs to someone else. For example, you might acquire appropriate clothing, letters of introduction, and official-looking certification to establish yourself as a member of a trading house from a remote city so you can insinuate yourself into the company of other wealthy merchants. Therefore, if you adopt the new identity as a disguise, other creatures believe you to be that person until given an obvious reason not to. Ooh, that's kind of cool. How long does it take? 7 days. Okay. I don't think I want to do that. I like that for a campaign. This is a one-shot, though. So I'm not going to do that. All right, so I chose that. I get expertise again with intimidation, and we're going to go acrobatics. My guy is a freak of nature. Now, I don't remember what my attributes were. I mean, I feel like there isn't really another feat I want at this point. Oh, actually there is. I'm going to take skills. Skilled. You know what? Let's change the order of these, though. So up here, I chose Feat Weapon Master. Let's go skilled here. I don't know what skill expert is. Choose one skill. Okay, proficient in one skill. Choose one skill in which you have proficiency. You gain expertise with that skill. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. I'm not going to go with that one, though. This one I'm going to change to Weapon Master. And then we're going to take those weapons I chose before. So, halberd, just because that's cool. A rapier. A scimitar. And I forgot what the other one was. Oh, trident, because of the breathing underwater. And I chose strength. And then up here, I'm not going to choose skill expert. I'm going to choose skilled. Because skilled gives me 3 skills. I'd rather have 3 skills. One of them is going to be stealth. Let's go with a... Performance. And just because we'll go athletics. All right, so now down here, instead of acrobatics, we're choosing stealth now. Totally doing it. There we go. So I will not fail stealth. I'll be shocked if I fail stealth. All right, so what do we got? We are 8 and 6. That means we are 14 levels. I technically got 6 more levels to fill. Now, here's the question, guys. This is pretty OP already. This is a pretty strong character. I mean, it's level 20. It has to be. Who's the patron? Oh, it's Cthulhu. It's a pact of the old ones, man. I have a pact with the great old one. I'm thinking either barbarian, so I get the resistances. Because again, I think it's going to be combat focused, because it's a one-shot. And that's what it looked like the other session was. So I could do barbarian. I think I'm doing barbarian. I think that's the best one. Or I could go fighter. Let's look. I think fighter gets extra attack too, so then I would have 2 attacks. But I think barbarian gets that as well. So if I went fighter... So here's the idea about the character. He will use magical darkness. He's going to have devil sight, so he can see in it. Really, nobody can unless they have like tremor sense or true sight or devil sight. So a fighter at 6th level gets 2 ASIs. Martial archetype action surge, which could be huge. Or I could go with the barbarian for the resistance. The thing is, I don't feel like I'm actually going to get hit much because of the magical darkness, unless it's using area of effect. But I have high dex, so I'm probably going to be fine. And I have evasion, which I think gives me save for full damage resistance. Beginning at 7th level, you can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area effects, such as Red Dragon's Fiery Breath, so on and so forth. When you are subjected to an effect that allows you to take a dex saving throw to take half damage, instead you take no damage. All right, yeah, so this is basically an already defensive juggernaut. So I'm going to take fighter. I think it should be the most interesting man alive. I don't always make a pact with the Dark Lord, but when I do, I sign on the dotted line with Dos Equis. Oh, Bill, stop making me laugh. All right. We're going to add 6 levels fighter. We're doing it. We're totally doing it. This is going to be great. Well, what does a ranger get? I could do a ranger. I mean, I know people say the ranger really sucks, but ranger up to 6th level will have extra attack. He gets favorite enemy, natural explorer, fighting style, spellcasting, archetype. Yeah, no, we're going fighter. He's a fighter. No way around it. Add class. And so we get 6 levels of fighter. All right. So bringing our hit points to 169. 69. Sorry, I had to do it. Do I want the extra damage? I could go 2 weapon fighting. That's going to give me 2 attacks. I could then take the feat for dual wielding, which then allows me to use 2 1d8 style weapons and add my strength modifier, which would be my dex modifier to both. That's better than dueling. So I think we're doing that. We're doing 2 weapon fighting. Yeah, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So I like that. Second wind, action surge, which is great. 3rd level, I choose the archetype. Now, I feel like champion's the way to go because of the extra crit range. Battle Master would be fun, but we're going to go champion just because I'm already rolling with advantage. So I'm going with that. Ability score improvement could take a feat again. Or I could just put it into Constitution to bump that up, which that makes sense to me. I don't remember what my actual score was. So it was 189. What if I put this into like intelligence? Does it stay at 189? No. Okay, so I do need both. Okay, there we go. Extra attack. Get another ability score improvement. Do I want to take a feat? Do I want to take skilled expert now? No, I wanted to do dual wielder. So +1 to AC while you are wielding a separate melee weapon in each hand. You can use 2 weapon fighting even when the one-handed melee weapons you are wielding aren't light. And you can draw or stow 2 one-handed weapons when you would normally be able to draw or stow only 1. Yeah, that's badass. And since I have to choose a bunch of magic items, I think that's the way to go. Rangers are garbage. Hot garbage. Hot garbage that has been pissed on and then microwaved. Yes and no. So they're just not... They're not as strong offensively against one character, but their area of effect ability, even with their melee attacks, is pretty good. Like, it's better than other classes, right? And they're good at the stuff they get for outside. However, there's a background feat that kind of makes up for that and some other stuff. So, you know. So I'm with you. It's not as good as it should be. Roll Stat says, I would rather play a bard than a ranger, and I'd rather have a root canal with no anesthesia than play a bard. Bards in 5e are good. Bards in Pathfinder 1st edition were good, though, too. All right. So, yeah, that is it. This character's really OP. I got to come up with a name for it. He's a Kenku. All right, so as of right now, his strength is 14, dexterity 20, constitution 18, intelligence 14, wisdom 16, charisma 17. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right. I dig it. So many magic items to choose. I don't really want to. I'm not going to pick the magic items tonight. I'll do that some other time. Background, though, we're going to take... You know what? We're going to take... Is it soldier or is it noble? I think a noble gets the retainers thing, right? So I can have 2 like NPCs that follow me around. Isn't that right? birth. People are inclined to think the best of you. Yada, 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 yada. That's not what I want. I don't want position of privilege. Was it soldier then? Is it knight? Retainers. There we go. Knight. Okay, I can choose a gaming set. So, of course, we go dice. Languages. I get to choose a new language. I have a feeling it's going to be like demons and stuff. So I feel like I should choose Infernal. I'm going to choose Infernal, especially since he's a warlock. To me, it makes sense. Characteristics. Personality traits. Common folk love me for my kindness and generosity. No one could doubt by looking at my regal bearing that I am a cut above the unwashed masses. I take great pains to always look my best and follow the latest fashions. I don't like to get my hands dirty, and I won't be caught dead in unsuitable accommodations. Despite my noble birth, I do not place myself above other folk. We all have the same blood. My favor once lost is lost forever. If you do me an injury, I will crush you, ruin your name, and salt your fields. Ooh, I kind of like the revenge one. We're going with the revenge one. And maybe that's why he became a warlock. Because at one point he would do anything to get revenge. Respect is due to me because of my position, but all people, regardless of station, deserve to be treated with dignity. Responsibility is my duty to respect the authority. No, screw that. Independence. I must prove that I can handle myself without the coddling of my family. Power. If I can attain more power, no one will tell me what to do. I like that. Family. Blood runs thicker than water. Noble obligation. It is my duty to... No, we're going with power. This guy, because I did kind of make him min-maxy... Not really. There's no minimum anything. He's just good at everything. We're definitely doing that. Bonds. I will face any challenge to win the approval of my family. Okay. My house's alliance with another noble family must be sustained at all costs. Nothing is more important than the other members of my family. I'm in love with the heir of a family that my family despises. Oh, that might be a good one. My loyalty to my sovereign is unwavering, and the common folk must see me as a hero of the people. I kind of like that. So then, even though he's evil, he tries to do good deeds because he wants to be portrayed as a hero. I secretly believe that everyone was beneath me. I kind of like that. I hide a truly scandalous secret that could ruin my family forever. I too often hear veiled insults and threats in every word addressed to me, and I'm quick to anger. I have an insatiable desire for carnal pleasures. I kind of like that. In fact, the world does revolve around me. By my words and actions, I often bring shame to my family. I kind of like that too. I kind of like believing everyone's beneath me, though. So we'll go with that. Yeah. That's good. All right. We're going to choose equipment because then I just get to choose the other stuff anyway. So any simple weapon. We'll go... it doesn't... I want a boomerang, damn it. I'm using a boomerang. Arcane Focus is an orb. We'll go a Dungeoneer's Pack. Any simple weapon and daggers. So I get 2 daggers here. Oh, damn it. Let's go a mace. Just to crack things open. All right. Add starting equipment. Boom. So now, I told you guys earlier, I get a bunch of magic items. So I can choose 5 common items. So let's go in here, go D&D Beyond. I don't know what I want. If you guys have suggestions for weapons, I am all ears. Dalton Stork Dunkirk. Raymond Raven Darkfeather. Oh, that's a good one. Philip Hawk Nightshade. Soul Sparrow Redchest. Matthias Crane Cornwell. Gunther Crow Winger. So he's a Raven. So I kind of like the Raymond Darkfeather one. I think I'm going to go with that. Thank you for that one. That's a good one. I might use this in my homebrew world too. He might be an NPC there. Raymond. Raven. I might even just call him... His name might just be Raven Darkfeather. I kind of like that. Bird names are hard. Dude, you got some great ones there, man. Those are fantastic. All right, so I got to come up with a common magic weapon. So sources, is that where I can go? Tools. No. Rules. Magic items. So I get to choose 5 common items. Oh boy. So let's just go common first, since I have to choose them. Let's just click it and go. Ooh, an arm blade. You have to be a Warforged for it. That requires attunement by a Warforged. Damn, I thought that was going to be like a Assassin's Creed weapon. I was all about it. Armor of Gleaming. This armor never gets dirty. Any medium or heavy. I kind of like that. Band of Loyalty. If you are reduced to 0 hit points while attuned to a Band of Loyalty. You know what, though? Before I add any more equipment, I need to see... I don't remember when you multi-class if you get the proficiencies in medium armor. You do! So I do get medium armor as well. Oh, these are good. These are so good. I get poison. Wow. Disguise kit, poisoner's kit, thieves tools, dice set. This guy's amazing. Okay. So I could get the armor of gleaming and just make it medium armor. And it just looks cool. Yeah, Raymond Raven Darkfeather is a sweet name, dude. Like, I am all about that name. So let's go in and fix his name real quick. How do I edit him? Here. And edit character. So we will go to home, Raymond, Raven, Darkfeather. That is so good. All right, back to equipment. Over here. Actually, isn't it easier to add? Yeah, I don't know. Add items here. There we go. Down here. Perfect. Oh, I could have just done it from this screen. Well, I don't know. We'll just look here. So I could do the Armor of Gleaming. So I'm going to write down what I need to choose. 5 common. 3 uncommon, 2 rare, 1 very, 1 legendary, no artifacts, 1 boon. And the boon has to be from a specific list. And maybe a second legendary. But that one will be provided to me. So, yeah, we got that figured out. Okay, so now, that's a lot of stuff, man. Holy cow. I don't like picking magic items when it's more than like 1 or 2, to be honest. I really don't. Should I start with... I should start with my legendary item. Let's start with the legendary item. I feel like that should be my primary magical weapon. Nope, not choosing an armor. Radiant bonus, magic, versatile. What is the Azer? Oh, it's a battle axe. Nope. Beholder crown, belt of giant strength. No. No mask. Oh, I could go with a mask, though. What's a black dragon mask? Damage absorption. resistance to acid. While you are wearing no armor, you can add your charisma bonus to your armor class. Oh my gosh. That's pretty sweet. Dragon sight. That's cool. That is pretty dang cool. A bookmark is a dagger. This +3 dagger belongs to artist Simber. While you have the dagger drawn, you can use a bonus action to activate one of the following properties. Cause a blue gem set in the dagger's pommel to shed bright light. Yeah, I don't need to do that, though. Or make the gem go dark. Turn the dagger into a compass that, while resting on your palm, points north. Cast Dimension Door from the dagger. Once this property is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. Cast Compulsion from the dagger. The range... I don't even know how that works. Other than being +3, I'm not as into that one. A Cloak of Invisibility. Visible. While you're invisible, anything you're carrying and wearing is invisible. You become invisible when you cease wearing the hood. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. Deduct the time you are invisible in increments of 1 minute from the cloak's maximum duration of 2 hours. I mean, I like that as well. Crystal balls, cubic gate. Dawnbringer is a longsword. Defender is a longsword. Oh, Drown is a trident. That was one of the weapons I chose. A trident for a Kenku might be kind of cool. It might be kind of cool. So I need to remember I have 2 retainers. So I need to use... You know what, Bill? I'm also going to use Saul Sparrow Sword Chest, right? Or Red Chest as one of my retainers. I'm going to call him Sword Chest. Should I? No, we'll call him Red Chest. Red Chest. That's one of my retainers. And the other one is going to be Dalton Stork the Dork Dunkirk. Stork Dunkirk. Those are my 2 retainers. I absolutely love that. What level for Sunday? I'm going to work through some concepts. I think we're going to start at level 3. I gave the option of level 1 or level 3. So if you want to plan them up to level 3, that's totally cool. And I've actually added players for that campaign to my Black Rock homebrew campaign in D&D Beyond. So if you need me to send you that link so you can create them in that, that'll be cool too. When I do homebrew, people level up quicker than when I do modules. So you'll get to level up fairly quickly. So Drown is a steel trident decorated with bronze barnacles along with upper part of its shaft. It floats on the surface if dropped onto water, and it floats in place if it is released underwater. The trident is always cool to the touch. It is immune to any damage due to exposure to water. It contains a spark of Olhydra, which is a creature with 324 hit points. Holy cow. The Princess of Evil Water. I don't know what that is, but let's look at that. What is this in? Is this in Saltmarsh? Princess of Elemental Evil. I don't remember seeing this in there. Wow. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so it contains a spark of that. You gain +1 to attack and damage rolls. Water Master, you gain the following benefits while you hold Drown. You can speak Aquan fluently. You have resistance to cold damage. You can cast Dominate Monster on a water elemental. Once you have done so, Drown can't be used this way again until the next dawn. Tears of Endless Anguish. The only thing about it is I worry I wouldn't get to use the abilities. So I'm probably not going to go with this one. I like that one, though. Right now, Drown is an option. Efreeti Chain is chainmail. Battle Axe, Green Dragon Mask, Gloves of Soul Catching, Helm of the Scavenger. I mean, that's kind of fitting. Hide of the Feral Guardian, Holy Symbol of Raven Kind. Interesting. Horn of Valhalla. So what is this symbol of Raven Kind? Turn undead. Oh, no, I'm good. I don't care about that. Icon of Ravenloft, Infernal Attack, Infiltrator's Key, Instrument of the Bards, Ironstone, Luck Blade. Luck Blades are cool, right? A Warhammer, longsword. Scroll, Obsidian Flint Dragon Plate. Orc Splitter is a great axe. Potion of Giant Size. Giant Strength, Powered Armor. There's a dagger. I'm opening all of these in separate tabs, and then I'll go in and look at them. Earth Elemental Command. Invisibility. Spell Turning. That's a good one. Ruin Blade Greatsword. Scarab of Protection. Scroll of the Comet. Sphere of Annihilation. I mean, I could do that. Let's open that one. Tinder Strike. That's a cool name for a weapon. I don't know about a dagger, but that's all right. It's still pretty cool. Yeah. Tinder Strike feels like it should be like a axe or something. Could do Vorpal Sword. Here's another trident called Wave. Great Sword, Warhammer, Spear, Wind Vein. All right, so there's some weapons to look at. So this would be the legendary. So Luck Blade can be any kind of sword, right? Yeah, rapier, scimitar. So I would use it as a rapier. And it has finesse. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. You also gain +1 bonus to saving throws. If the sword is on your person, you can call on its luck to reroll one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you dislike. You must use the second roll. This property can't be used again until the next dawn. Kind of looks like Link's sword from The Legend of Zelda, like one of the first games. Wish. The sword has 1d4 -1 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and cast the Wish spell from it. This property can't be used again until the next dawn. I feel like I gotta go with the Luck Blade right now. Right now, Luck Blade is the easy choice. Alright. Yeah, so far that's the easy choice. It's not an artifact, it's just a legendary item, so... Alright, so this is Rakdo's Right Knife. Gain +1 bonus to attack and damage. Its blade is cruelly serrated, and its hilt resembles a demonic head and wings. Whenever you slay a creature with an attack using the dagger, the creature's soul is imprisoned inside the dagger, and that creature can be restored to life only by a wish spell. The dagger can hold a maximum of 5 souls. For each soul imprisoned in the dagger, your attacks with it deal an extra d4 necrotic damage on a hit. While the dagger is within 5 feet of you, your dreams are haunted by whispers from the trapped souls. Oh, I love that. The dagger has the following additional properties. Siphon Vitality. As a bonus action, you can release any number of stored souls from the dagger to regain 1d10 hit points per soul released. Oh, this is cool. Wow. Annihilation. If the dagger holds 5 souls, you can use this property as a reaction immediately after you hit a creature with the dagger and deal damage to that target. You can release all 5 souls. If the target now has fewer than 75 hit points, it must succeed. Oh, guys, this is sick. This blows the other one out of the water. I need a piece of paper. I need to write this down. I should just sit here and look at magic items more often. All right, so Luck Blade, cool. You know, can't deny that. But Rakdos right knife is badass. It really goes with my assassinate stuff really well. And then the sneak attack damage and improved critical. And if I crit, that's a lot of dice I'm rolling. Like with sneak attack and all of that. Oh my goodness. Okay, Sphere of Annihilation. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it could be pretty OP. I just don't want to use it. All right, Tinder Strike. Where did the right knife come from? What? Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Okay. Tinder Strike comes from Princes of the Apocalypse. A flint dagger Tinder Strike is uncommonly sharp, and sparks cascade off its edge whenever it strikes something solid. Its handle is always warm to the touch, and the blade smolders for 1d4 minutes after it is used to deal damage. It contains a spark of Imix, Prince of Evil Fire. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls you make with this magic weapon. When you hit with it, the target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage. You gain the following benefits while you hold Tinder Strike. So, if we're in hell, I don't know if we are or not, fire's not going to be useful. Speak Ignin fluently. Resistance to fire, that would be good. Oh, excuse me. Dominate monster on a fire elemental. Dance of the all-consuming fire. While inside the fire node, you can perform a ritual called the Dance of the All-Consuming Fire to create a devastation orb of fire. Once you perform the ritual, the Tinder Strike can't be used to perform the ritual again until the next dawn. Flaw. Tinder Strike makes its wielder impatient and rash. While attuned to the weapon, you gain the following flaw. I act without thinking and take risks without weighing the consequences. I kind of like this one, though. I don't like it as much as the other one, though. So Tinder Strike is added to my list, but I'm probably not going with that one. So we'll remove Tinder Strike. Of course, a Vorpal Sword is on the list. It's a +3. When you attack, at least one head of this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, you cut off one of the creature's heads. Creature dies if it can't survive without the lost head. Creature is immune to this effect. Oh, that's if I roll a 20. So not if I crit, if I roll a 20. It can be a scimitar. Could be a Vorpal Sword scimitar. I kind of like the idea that I could just run around decapitating things on a crit. On a natural 20, I should say. And 68 slashing damage is kind of nice. Plus sneak attack damage. Plus all the other stuff. Vorpal Sword's good. All right, Trident called Wave. Held in the dungeon of White Plume Mountain, this trident is an exquisite weapon engraved with images of waves, shells, and sea creatures, although you must worship a god of the sea to attune to this weapon. Not happening. I mean, I guess Cthulhu could be considered a god of the sea, but that's okay. Wind Vein. So this one, that's okay. I'm not going with it, though. All right, guys. So that's what we got between. We're going between the right knife or the scimitar Vorpal Sword. What would you do? I guess, or I could go with the Luck Blade. Are we going with the right knife? Are we going to do that? I feel like if I was doing Vorpal Sword, I should use the Great Sword and be like a paladin. I feel like that's what I should do. Or a fighter. Just be a straight up fighter. I feel like the right knife is the way to go. So let's add Rakdos right knife. Okay, I got to do it here. So, rack, dose, right knife added. All right, so we got our right knife. So that is our one legendary. Boom. All right, what do we get for very rare items? So for very rare, get rid of that. Boom. Okay. Filter magic items. No, not legendary. It needs to be very rare. There we go. Filter magic items. What do we get? Amulet of the Black Skull, of the Plains. Animated Shield. That might be good. Doesn't that protect you if you're... like you use it as a bonus action to throw it in the air or something? Could go armor +2 and go with the medium armor. Blade of the Medusa? That sounds cool. Sounds real cool. Oh, I could do a +3 boomerang. I told you guys I wanted a boomerang. Could go with the dancing sword. Throwing dwarven hammer? No. Tentacle whip? Oh, that's cool. That's kind of Cthulhu-esque, right? Long sword, don't care. Horn of Valhalla. Nope. Ooze. Last Stand armor is a breastplate. I'll look at that one. No. Manual of Golems. I could have a golem. A moon sickle. Oil of Sharpness. Polymorph Blade. Ooh. A lot of potions here, which I don't mind. Ring of Regeneration. It doesn't give a lot, though. 1d6 hit points every 10 minutes. But you can regrow lost body parts. That's kind of cool. Robe of Stars might be cool. How many do I get of this? One. One very rare. Scimitar of Speed. What else? Sword of Sharpness might be cool. I think is that the one where if you crit, you cut off a limb? I think it is. Any weapon +3, basically. Yeah, I don't care about that. All right, so then we get to choose 2 rare, so we'll just get those ready. All right, so Animated Shield. While holding this shield, you can speak its command word as a bonus action to cause it to animate. The shield leaps into the air and hovers in your space to protect you as if you were wielding it, leaving your hands free. The shield remains animated for 1 minute until you use a bonus action to end this effect, or until you are incapacitated or die, at which point the shield falls to the ground or into your hand if you have one free. The shield is made from wood or metal and is carried in one hand. Wielding the shield increases your armor class by 2. You can benefit from only one shield at a time. So right now, I love that, since I'm going to be dual wielding. Ooh, Halfling Rogue, Ranger, or Bard. Are you actually, for you? You're thinking of playing that? You see, that now you're thinking like me, Bill. That's how I am. I want to play something different. That's why I came up with this. You know what? I would say roll for it. I would roll for it if I was you. On a 1 or 2, you play the Rogue. Actually, on a 1 or 2, you play the Bard. On a 3 or 4, you play the Ranger. And a 5 or 6, you play the Rogue. Do you want me to roll for it? I'll roll for it right now. You want to know what you're playing? Or do you just want to roll yourself? It's your call, man. If I have to choose based on what I rolled, you're a rogue. All right. I like the animated shield. I'm thinking of going with that. So now armor, I can use medium. So I could go with breastplate here. I could go half plate. And because of the magical darkness, I don't have to worry about the disadvantage. And I get expertise anyway. So that would be 17 armor. Oh no, that would be 15 plus Dex mod, which would be 5. So that's 20 plus 2. Oh, but it's got a max of 2. So yeah, that'd be 17, 19. So half plate would be 19. I don't like that. So if I do something like studded leather, that'd be the same. That'd be 19. That's no good. I was hoping I can get higher than 19. So 19 is the maximum this would allow me to have. So I'm not leaning in favor of that. Not leaning in favor of it. But then with the shield, it'd be 21. 21 would be pretty good. Okay. Blade of the Medusa. So I would go with the rapier down here. When you attack a creature with this magic weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, the creature must make a DC 15 con save in addition to suffering the attack's normal effects. On a failed save, the creature is restrained and must make another con saving throw at the end of each turn. If it successfully saves against this effect 3 times, the effect ends. If it fails its save 3 times, it is turned to stone and subjected to the petrified condition for 1 hour. A creature is immune to this effect if it is immune to damage of the weapon's type, does not have a body made of flesh, or has legendary actions. Oh, I'm not going to go with this one. Boomerang plus 3 is just a boomerang plus 3. On a miss, a boomerang returns to the thrower's hand. I just like that. I don't know why. I want to do it. I want to do the boomerang, but maybe not as a plus 3, because I think the plus 3 needs to be one of my better weapons. Dancing sword. Oh, can you have like an animated shield and an animated sword as well as 2 swords drawn? Can you do that? Because now I'm getting other ideas here. You can use a bonus action to toss this magic sword into the air and speak the command word. When you do so, the sword begins to hover, flies up to 30 feet, and attacks one creature of your choice within 5 feet of it. Sword uses your attack roll and ability score modifier for damage rolls. While the sword hovers, you can use a bonus action to cause it to fly up to 30 feet to another spot within 30 feet of you. As part of the same bonus action, you can cause the sword to attack one creature within 5 feet of it. After the hovering sword attacks for the 4th time, it flies up to 30 feet and tries to return to your hand. If you have no hand free, it falls to the ground at your feet. If the sword has no unobstructed path to you, it moves as close to you as it can and then falls to the ground. It also ceases to hover if you grasp it for more than 30 or move more than 30 feet away from it. Okay. So yeah, that would be just a 1d8 weapon. It's kind of cool that you could like throw it up in the air and have it attack somebody else, though. That's kind of cool. I don't think it fits my character, though. I don't know. We'll see about that one. Last Stand Armor. +1 bonus to AC while wearing this armor, which shimmers softly. If you die while wearing the armor, it is destroyed, and each celestial, fae, and fiend within 30 feet of you must succeed on a DC 15 charisma save or be banished to its home plane of existence unless it is already there. Oh, that's kind of cool. So if you die, that's a cool one. Unfortunately, it's only an 18 AC, but I do like it. That'd be cool to have his plate. I'm not doing that. My guy's not that much of a hero. Polymorph Blade. When you attack a creature with this magic weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, the creature must make a DC 15 wisdom save. In addition to suffering the attack's normal effects, on a failed save, the creature also suffers the effects of a polymorph spell. Roll a d20 and consult the following table to determine the form the target creature is transformed into. Oh my goodness. This weapon is cursed, and becoming attuned to it extends the curse to you until the curse is broken with a remove curse spell. You are unwilling to part with the weapon. Whenever you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 1 on the attack roll, you suffer the effect of a polymorph spell. Oh, that's fun. No, I'm not going to go with that one. Yep, Halfling Rogue. See, Saul's been great, hasn't he? I don't think you'd ever played a mild magic sorcerer either, and you've been having fun with that, I think, right? That's the beauty, man, of just trying new things. You never know what you're going to stumble into. Like, I've never played this warlock, any warlock. I've had this idea for like a up-close warlock for a long time. So this is going to be cool. All right, Robe of the Stars. This black or dark blue robe is embroidered with small white or silver stars. You gain a +1 bonus to saving throws while you wear it. 6 stars located on the robe's upper front portion are particularly large. While wearing this robe, you can use an action to pull off one of the stars and use it to cast Magic Missile as a 5th level spell. Holy cow. Daily at dusk, 1d6 removed stars reappear on the robe. While you wear the robe, you can use an action to enter the astral plane along with everything you are wearing and carrying. You remain there until you use an action to return to the plane you were on. You reappear in the last space you occupied, or if that space is occupied, the nearest unoccupied space. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's really cool. It's not what I'm going for right now. Ooh, here we go. Scimitar Speed. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. In addition, you can make one attack with it as a bonus action on each of your turns. I'm already going to be doing an offhand attack with a bonus action, though. Proficiency with a scimitar allows you to add a proficiency bonus to the attack roll for any attack you make with it. Oh, that's just a normal thing. It's cool. It's not as cool as what I thought. So I'm not even making that an option. All right, Sword of Sharpness does have a scimitar. When you attack an object with this magic sword and hit, maximize your weapon damage dice against the target. Wait, what? That's cool. When you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, the target takes an extra 14 slashing damage. Wow. Then roll another d20. If you roll a 20, you lop off one of the target's limbs with the effect of such loss determined by the GM. If the creature has no limb to sever, you lop off a portion of its body instead. In addition, you can speak the sword's command word to cause the blade to shed bright light. Speaking the command word again. So I like this one. All right, so this is for very rare. We're going to go animated shield. Animated. Shield. Add. I did like that, but yeah. Okay, so now we're on rare. So what do we get for rare? So I still need a secondary weapon. I still haven't really chose any armor. Haven't chose any rings or anything like that. So let's see what we can get. We could check out this Acheron blade. We could look at the Amulet of Health. Armor of Resistance. Bag of Beans is cool. Not doing it, though. Not doing it. This is where I could start. No, I think I'm going to go with the +1 boomerang. Although I do get 2 of these. So let's put that into, whoops. No. Okay, cool. Let's put that in the talk. Boots of Speed. Bracer of Flying Daggers. What? Braces of Defense. I mean, that alone would put me at 17 without armor. And then the shield would put me at 19. No. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep looking. Cloak of Displacement, Cloak of the Bat. Cube of Force. Don't need Blind Sight. Dagger of Venom. Dragon Slayer Longsword. Dragon Guard Breastplate. Dragon Tooth Dagger. Could look at that one. Let's see. Eagle Whistle. Could go out. No, chain is heavy. Far Realm Shard. Oh, it's Wondrous. I can't have Wondrous items, so. Flame Tongue's a longsword. Nope. There's some cool stuff, but not anything I'm really feeling here. I must admit. Ooh, Helm of Teleportation. For some reason, teleportation seems awesome right now. Horseshoes of Speed. Instant Fortress. Leather Golem Armor. We'll check that out. No, dang it. Keep opening in a different tab. That's what I want. Mace. Mind Blade. Mind Lash. Mirror of the Past. Mithril Halfplate. Mizium Armor is Breastplate. Immunity to critical hits. Oh, that could be huge. Nope. Moonsicle. Piercer is a short sword. I don't want a short sword. Different potions. Potion of Heroism. My guy does want to be a hero. A drum. Some rings. Feather Falling. Resistance. Do you have to choose what it's resistant to, or is it resistant to everything? Because that might be awesome. That could be really awesome. Ring of Temporal Salvation. More robes. Scorpion armor is kind of cool. Siren Song. Staff of Charming. Sunforger Warhammer. Ventilating Lungs. Vicious Rapier. Oh, that might be cool. Vicious Weapon. Fireballs. Wand of Fireballs, guys. I could do that. Weapon of Certain Death. Right? Am I still on rare? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Those are some interesting options. I think I've narrowed it down to. Acheron Blade has a 1d8. Okay, does have a rapier. So Black Blade of this sword is crafted from a mysterious arcane alloy. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. While the sword is on your person, you are immune to effects that turn undead. I mean, I don't have to worry about being turned, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, Dark Blessing. While holding the sword, you can use an action to give yourself 1d4 + 4 temporary hit points. This property can't be used again until the next dusk. That's not very much. Disheartening Strike. When you hit a creature with an attack using this weapon, you can fill the target with unsettling dread. Target has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. Creature ignores this effect if it's immune to the frightened condition. Once you use this property, can't do so again until the next dusk. That could be helpful to the group. I'm leaning towards no. Con score is 19 while you wear this amulet. It has no effect on your constitution. Already a 19. So, alright, gone. Don't care. Armor of Resistance. You have resistance to one type of damage while you wear this armor. The DM chooses the type or determines it randomly from the options below. Ooh. I like it, though. Actually, it looks pretty cool. I would obviously use it as medium armor. And hopefully get something good. Could do the boomerang. Oh, excuse me. Bracer of Flying Daggers. This armband appears to have thin daggers strapped to it. As an action, you can pull up to 2 magic daggers from the bracer and immediately hurl them, making a ranged attack with each dagger. Dagger vanishes if you don't hurl it right away, and the daggers disappear right after they hit or miss. The bracer never runs out of daggers. That's kind of cool, being able to throw daggers around. I mean, that's just a cool one. I might use that in other games, hell. There's a magic item for you, Bill. Bracer of Flying Daggers. I imagine them being chucked around like ninja throwing stars. Dragon Guard. +1 bonus to AC. This +1 breastplate has a gold dragon motif worked into its design, created for a human hero of Neverwinter named Turgon. It grants its wearer advantage on saving throws against the breath weapons of creatures that have the dragon type. This armor consists of a fitted metal chest piece, worn with supple leather. Although it leaves the legs and arms relatively unprotected, this armor provides good protection for the wearer's vital organs while leaving the wearer relatively unencumbered. That's not a bad item to have. Dragon Guard. Huh. Basically just grants you advantage on saving throws against breath weapons, and it's +1 breastplate. That's not bad. That's not bad. Dragon Tooth Dagger. +1 attack rolls. And it deals an extra d6 damage. Draconic potency against enemies of the Cult of the Dragon. Dagger's bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls increases to 2. And extra damage from the acid to 2d6. Yeah, it's not as cool as I was hoping. Okay. Helm of Teleportation. This helm has 3 charges. While wearing it, you can use an action and expend 1 charge to cast the teleport spell from it. The helm regains 1d3. I like Helm of Teleportation. I don't exactly know how the teleport spell works, though. This spell instantly transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object that you can see within range, to a destination you select. If you target an object, it must be able to fit entirely inside a 10-foot cube, and it can't be held or carried by an unwilling creature. The destination you choose must be known to you, and it must be on the same plane of existence as you. Your familiarity with the destination. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, I think we're going Helm of Teleportation right now. I feel like I have to. So, add Helm of Teleportation. So, boom, we got 1. I'm liking that. And that's a rare item, correct? Yes. All right, so I chose that, so I'm going to move that. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of that. Leather Golem armor. It's got a curse. I'm not interested. Mizium armor. It's reinforced with magically enhanced metal alloy called Mizium, which is made of Izzet foundries. While you're wearing the armor, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit. In addition, when you are subjected to a magical effect that allows you to make a strength or con saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage. Oh, so I already have dex for this. This would make it strength and con also. Ooh, okay. So I could go with Mizium armor breastplate. I like that. Ring of Resistance. I mean, I'd rather probably have something else for that. Vicious Rapier. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, the target takes an extra 7 damage of the weapon's type. That's good. You have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. I think we might go Vicious Rapier, actually, as our second weapon here. We're not going to mess with the other stuff. So that's Vicious Rapier. So is a rapier better than something else on here I can use? Nope, that would be the one. So get rid of that. I do kind of like the idea of the Acheron blade, though, as well. Weapon of Certain Death. When you damage a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, the target can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Oh, that's cool. So he can't heal. That's a cool one. Okay, I don't need to have the weapons I chose already up, so we're good with that. Whew. So I'm not going to go with the boomerang. I'm not going to go with the bracer of flying daggers, although I really like that one a lot. I could go Dragon Guard, but I'm not going to do that one. I'm not going to go Armor of Resistance, even though that's really intriguing. So right now, the way it sits is I'm not going to do a Ring of Resistance either. So I could do the Acheron Blade. I could do the Vicious Rapier. Or the Mizium Armor. I'm thinking Mizium Armor. Oh, cool. We got some comments, so let me read those real quick. Roll Stats, you got me back into BX. Oh, that's awesome, Alex. That is amazing, Alex. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to hear that. Taught my son, too. Nice. Is he enjoying it? Loves it. Yes, you did. That is fantastic. Started with B1, connected it to B2, and recently finished that. Added the village of Hamlet in there, too, south of the keep. Sounds amazing. Are you going to pull in the Temple of Elemental Evil since you've brought in Hamlet? Alex, how are you adjusting the stats? So, Temple of Elemental Evil, the new one by Goodman Games, looks really interesting. I guess they've added different, they've added to the locations of Hamlet. They've done some other stuff, too, that's pretty cool. Added some stuff, I think, to the temple as well. But basically, you could just run things, obviously, in the town of Hamlet from Temple of Elemental Evil, too. So, definitely check that. It's $100, it's 2 books, and it's like 800 pages almost. It's crazy. I've been on the fence about ordering it, but I'm thinking about it. Definitely thinking about it, guys. All right. So, should I take this armor, the rapier, or the Acheron blade? I'm leaning Acheron blade, rapier, or vicious rapier. Vicious rapier does more damage, which is cool, and I'm probably going to roll a lot of crits, I would assume, because of my improved critical. Acheron blade can give them the frightened condition. I have a feeling things are going to be immune to that. But it's cool. The flavor of it is cool, being like a black sword. So, yeah. And then the Mizium armor is just cool, too. Yeah, it lets me do saving throws of strength or con. If I succeed, I don't take damage. So that's why I'm thinking about doing that. But yeah, I'm digging it. I think I gotta go Acheron Blade, guys. It just seems cooler. But that's just flavor. Or Vicious Rapier. Does damage. Mizium Armor might save me. Let's do Mizium Armor. We're doing Mizium Armor. I made the decision. Mizium Armor. Right? And then I want to do it as breastplate. Because I think that's the one that doesn't give me disadvantage with medium. I have a +5 dex. Here you guys are talking old school games, and I'm talking about, like, making an optimal build for 5e. Which doesn't really fall into how you build characters in BX. But I love it. This is for a one-shot, so. Yeah, breastplate is the best, so 14, 15, 16, 17 AC is what I would have. If I did it there, that's 17 also. Yeah, no, it's got to be the breastplate. If I do half plate, it's fine. I have expertise. I'll take that disadvantage. Let's go half plate. All right, so we got our armor. Boom. We did it, guys. We got armor. We did it. If you can get the D&D Gazetteer, they have the formula for switching AD&D first and second edition to D&D. Oh, yeah. Alex says, no, I added in a totally new story to the caves based on an idea I stole from Dungeon Craft. Rogue group of keep soldiers uncover ancient magic at the caves. They pretend to be cultists. I like Dungeon Craft. That's a good channel. He's awesome. All right, so that's my rare. So now I'm at uncommon and common. I still need a weapon for my offhand. So I think I'm going to just look for a weapon. And let's see what we come up with. I do still want the boomerang. I get a bunch of these, though. I get 3 of these. So we'll open boomerang. You know what? One is going to be the boomerang +1. Just guaranteed. Boomerang +1. Added. Okay, so there's 1. Okay. I don't know what a Hellfire weapon is, but we will check that one out. Sickle, dart, longsword, boomerang. Wait, whoa. Storm boomerang? Oh, I might have to do that instead. Trident of Fish Command. Weapon of Warning. Winter's Dark Bite is a great sword, so I don't need that. Okay, so that's all those. That's all the weapons. All right, what's a Hellfire weapon? This weapon is fashioned from infernal iron and traced with veins of hellfire that shed dim light in a 5-foot radius. Any humanoid killed by an attack made with this weapon has its soul funneled into the river Styx, where it's reborn instantly as a Lemur devil. Oh, that's just, again, fun for flavor, right? And this is from Descent into Avernus. So I could go with a rapier. Ooh. So this could be my just cool weapon. It doesn't really do anything other than it basically reincarnates them in the river Styx and gives me 5 foot of light, but I don't need that. So that's just a cool one. But I'm going to keep that as an option. Storm Boomerang. This boomerang is ranged weapon carved from griffin bone and etched with the symbol of elemental air. When thrown, it has a range of 60 to 120, and any creature that is proficient with the javelin is also proficient with this weapon. On a hit, the boomerang deals 1d4 bludgeoning damage and 3d4 thunder damage, and the target must succeed on a DC 10 con save. Ooh, we're going Storm Boomerang instead of the other boomerang. Yeah, Storm Boomerang. Boom, add. So get rid of the boomerang +1. There we go. We got the Storm Boomerang now. All right. Trident of Fish Command. I do kind of want a Trident. Dominate Beast from it. On a beast that has an innate swimming speed. Trident regains. I'm not going to do that. Weapon of Warning. Could be a Trident. That's what's in the picture. Warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. I could do this as a trident, or I could make it a rapier. Rapier, weapon of warning. Let's do that. weapon of warning. Okay, let's go warning. It would be a rapier, though. So rapier of warning. Add. We're down to one more uncommon and then a bunch of common weapons. So I did that. I think I want a Hellfire rapier as well. Is that even an option? I don't see it down here. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Rapier of wounding. Oh, here it is. Hellfire rapier. We'll add that. That'll be all of our uncommon. Now we have 5 common weapons to do. All right. So now, and it's not going to be weapons. From here on out, I'm going to look for a ring, potion, wand, scroll. Okay, so what do we got here? Potion of comprehension, potion of climbing. Could do healing stuff. Wand of smiles, wand of scowls. That's everything? Oh, that's not very much. Could do spell scroll. Potion of climbing. All right, what do we got for spell scrolls? So these are considered common, so it can be first level spells. So then I'd have to look up a ton of first level spells. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Let's do potion of climbing. So we'll do like 2 of them. Add. So we got 2 potions of climbing. What else is there that I might want that's a common item? None of the wands. Let's go all items, I guess. Breathing bubble, candle of the deep, cartographer's map case, chest of preserving, cleansing stone, cloak of billowing, clothes of mending. We'll go clothes of mending, so my clothes never rip. Boom, there. What is a coin of delving? Sounds fun. Dread helm? No, that doesn't sound like something I want. Ear horn of hearing. Feather token. So right now, I've got 2 potions. I've got 3 more things to do, I believe. Key chime. No, none of those. Lock of trickery. That's funny. Moon-touched sword. It's a great sword. Orb of gonging. Pipe of smoke monsters. A pressure capsule. I don't know what that is. Rope of mending. Staff of Bird Calls. That's kind of funny. A talking doll. I kind of like the talking doll. That's creepy. There was like something that did like smoke monsters, like orb of smoke monsters or something like that. I could do the charlatans die. Just like Saul. Where was it? Orb of Time. Oh, there it is. Pipe of Smoke Monsters. Okay, so what is the Coin of Delving? This scintillating copper coin sheds dim light. If dropped a distance greater than 5 feet, the coin issues a melodious ringing sound when it hits a surface. Any creature that can hear the chime can determine the distance the coin dropped based on the tone. Oh, that's kind of cool. Feather token. This small metal disc is inscribed with the image of a feather. When you fall at least 20 feet while the token is on your person, you descend 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling. The token's magic is expended after you land. Whereupon the disc becomes non-magical. Okay, so we're taking the feather token. I definitely want 2 of those. We're going to get rid of one of the potions of climbing. Where is it? Remove item. So we got 1 potion of climbing, 2 feather tokens, right? Yes. So that's 3 things. I'm probably not going to go with the talking doll. While this doll is within 5 feet of you, you can spend a short rest telling it up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long, and set an observable condition under which the doll speaks each phrase. You can also replace old phrases with new ones. Whatever the condition, it must occur within 5 feet of the doll to make it speak. For example, whenever someone picks up the doll, it might say, "I want a piece of candy." The doll's phrases are lost when your attunement to the doll ends. That is so cool! Halloween one-shot idea right there, man. Woo! How about a Ring of Wishes? So I can't do that now. I've already chose my bigger stuff. I've missed a lot of stuff. An orc guard that had a positive reaction wound up becoming a major NPC. I have no beef with 5e, by the way. I really like it. I think it gets too much hate, and I don't get it. Alex, I am with you on that one. I love 5e from a DM standpoint. I actually think it's a really cool system. Is it perfect? No, I don't think any system's perfect, but I really like 5e. Using the reaction rules. Sweet. That's really cool. So he roleplayed a bit then. Yeah, he really jumped into the role-playing surprisingly. Cloak of Billowing, greatest magic item ever. Yup. That's great. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun. The campaign idea is very creative. Let me see what I missed a little bit up. Kelf! Hey, welcome, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, yeah, there's some good stuff. My kids love tabletop RPGs. Like, they get excited about it. Summon Barracuda. My kids do like video games, though, too. But they like role-playing games. Awesome. Okay, so I got a couple more items to choose here. So let's see. And then I'm done. I'm not even going to worry about my spells. I've got, 2 more to choose? So I'm probably going to go with the Pipe of Smoke Monsters. While smoking this pipe, you can use an action to exhale a puff of smoke that takes the form of a single creature, such as a dragon, a flump, or a frog-hemoth. The form must be small enough to fit in a 1-foot cube, and loses its shape after a few seconds, becoming an ordinary puff of smoke. Oh, I'm not that excited about that one. We're not going to do that. How about Coin of Delving? This scintillating copper... based on tone. So this doesn't lose its magical property. So we're definitely going to do the Coin of Delving, and I will probably just add another Featherfall token. Coin of Delving. I don't know if we're going to have to use that, but I think that's pretty cool. So right now I've got a lot of stuff. Okay, let's view the character sheet. I have to choose 3 items to attune to. But let's go inventory. So when I use D&D Beyond, I equip everything that's equipable. So I don't have to go and unequip. And I do that so I can see the numbers. I will remove stuff if I have to, though. Hellfire Rapier, Rapier of Warning, Storm Boomerang. I got a regular boomerang, too. Clothes of Mending, Coin of Delving, Feather Token. Leather armor? Why would... No, I don't need that. Mace. So that's a 19. What if I remove the Mizium half-plate armor? That makes it 17. So if I go down here, what does the leather make it? 18. So not bad. Oh, this is half-plate. I can't use half-plate. I messed up. It was supposed to be breastplate. So edit character. Let's go to equipment. I can't use half plate, guys. Okay, down to add. Can't it be breastplate? I think it can. What was it called? I swear it was called like Mizium armor. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's go to armor. It starts with an M. Mizium armor. Okay, there it is. There it is. It says breastplate. That wasn't supposed to do that. Here it is. Breastplate. Add. So then we go over here again. I'm kind of excited about this character. All right, inventory. So with leather, it's 17. With the breastplate, it's 18. Right? With the leather, it was 18 also. So what would be the point of the Mizium? Oh, because it gave me the strength and con saves for no damage. Was what it did. Right? Yes. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now, this character is pretty beefy. Obviously, he's level 20, so he should be beefy. Yeah. Okay. 30-foot speed. I got a lot of... Look at those skills. Deception, plus 15. Intimidation, plus 15. Sleight of hand, plus 17. Stealth, plus 18. Like, with a 1 on those rolls, I'm going to succeed most of the time. That is amazing. I love it. Campaign idea is creative. The doll says, surprise, I'm a changeling, and then stabs you. Going to Gandalf it. So, the doll, to me, totally could be like an Annabelle doll, you know? Which I think is cool. So, all right. So, I'm going to end the stream there. Congratulations to the winners of the Blue Rose Narrators Bundle and the Players Bundle. I'm really excited to be giving those away. Yeah, and then this, Bill, thank you for the names. I'm really, really excited about those. I like them. Yeah, and hopefully you guys checked out the beginning of the stream where I showed off all the stuff that's been given to me lately. The 3D printed ships, the dice bags, the miniatures, stuff like that. We'll be doing a dice bag giveaway soon. I don't know when. I got to come up with the exact idea. Someone pitched me an idea in a private message that I liked. So we will think about doing maybe the Call of Cthulhu ones during a Call of Cthulhu stream or something. Something like that. So yeah, these are the dice bags. We got a lot of them, so I'm only going to keep a couple. So yeah, we will find a way to get rid of those and give those out to you. Yeah, maybe I'll give them out to my patrons. I think I have enough here to give out to patrons too, so I don't know. No guarantee there though, so let's not worry about that. But thank you guys for watching. This was Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.